Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming another video where I explain how to use color palettes in Affinity Designer. It's not easy when you just start using color palettes in Affinity Designer, but with a little bit of guidance I'm sure you can do just fine. Okay, let's have a look at color palettes and how to work with color in Affinity in a bit more detail. So I'm zooming in here. So this round shape here, this is where you work with color in Affinity Designer. Okay, if I select it, I can see right now this is the color that I'm currently selected. It also shows me how this color is made in RGB volumes. You don't have to use RGB, you can also use multiple other options including SMIC, lap sliders, etc. Color wheel, if you prefer to work with color wheel. I prefer to work with RGB values. Here's an opacity, you can select. Yeah, it's a little ribbon, that's fine, and also noise option. Okay, now if you press into swatches, you will be transferred into the swatches area, and this is where you can save, create, and work with your color palettes. So this is the Arizona Sun color palette I used to create my most recent collection of prints. I think there are a few default color palettes in Affinity Designer. They are all based on Pantone colors and volumes. There's quite a few of them, so you can work with something already existing in the app. You don't have to create your own. I, however, prefer to work with my own. There's quite a cool function in Affinity Designer. If you press on this sign here, yeah, your color palette will be shown differently in the Pantone style form with RGB values. Each color will have a mark with RGB values. I prefer to look at it in this round shape just because it's more compressed and I can see all of the colors on the screen easier. Let's quickly create a mini color palette so you know how to use it. So if I go back to my layers, I already brought into here a color palette I created last year. It's called Autumn in Paris and it's got quite a few colors. So let me show you how to work with it. So you go into your color palette here, just go back away from swatches, and I'm going to use this color picker tool. So I would like to add this row of colors and create a color swatch from that. Okay, so just gonna press here, and you can see now in the color tool I have this area colors in the selected color. However, it's just the edge of a circle. What I want is to press here and then press on the color selector again, and now you have a full circle colored in your selected tool. So now this is done. So now you're going to go into the swatches here. So now your color is selected. Let's press on this hamburger menu and you will have a drop down here, add current fill to a palette. We will use this function right after I create a color palette. So let's press add application color, application palette. Okay, let it be a name, but you can also rename that. To rename that, you press on the same menu and you say rename palette. Yeah, you could do that. For the time being, I don't want to do that. Instead, I will press add current fill to the palette. Okay, so you can see it's that easy. All right, so let's try that again. I'll go back to the color picker tool and I choose, actually, let's go for this one because it's more contrast. Okay, now one more time. Okay, so I go back to this color and then I press add current fill to palette. Okay, it's done again. Okay, so now you have this mini color palette with 4 colors. So let me show you how to use this color palette, because I thought that was also a little bit confusing in Affinity Designer. So if I go back to my layers, I've already created layers of 4 polka dots. It's like a mini print. Okay, so If I want to recolor, let's say these two, I just need to select it. Then I go back to my color and I select this color. Right? Now the edge is changed. Now I have to go back and press again, and you see, it's changed. It's that easy. These shapes, the shapes that are created in Affinity Designer, like recoloring them is a joy. It's very easy. It doesn't have the same capability as recoloring, automatic recoloring function in Illustrator, but I think this is good enough. If you group the colors the way you select it very quickly, you can keep on changing those colors in no time. Look, I think it looks beautiful. Okay, so let me know if that was helpful and if there's any other function you would like to be reviewed in Affinity Designer. Otherwise, this is it for today, and thank you for watching.